Fire Radio.
Hey everybody, it's Rob, Frontline Mindset. I'm here today to talk about the senior man. This hit me the other day because we were just kind of was cruising through some stuff there, and I came across someone who was asking senior man questions because they didn't have one, and the one that they had wasn't good, and then there was somebody else who was commenting on a thread about what to do when your senior man's kind of a bump on the log, because that's just how they've survived. So I think it's an important conversation to have. In the firehouse, we hear about the senior man all the time, but there's really, in my mind, two types. There's one who simply has time under their belts. They've clocked in every day, they've been to their shifts, and then there are those who seem wiser than their years. They're the firefighters who step up as fatherly figures, mentors. They protect our traditions and our standards. They're so much more than a fixture at the table. Like, they are our backbone of our firehouses, and they make sure they're addressing those small issues before they grow into problems. Now, I've always said senior firefighters are the non-commissioned officers of the fire service. I'm big into military history, and NCOs run the military. I don't give it doesn't matter which branch it is, right? It could be chiefs in the Navy, sergeants in the Army and Marine Corps, and whatever the Air Force does. The NCOs are the ones who are running the organizations, and our senior firefighters are the ones who are truly running the department. They guide the less experienced. They're the right-hand man of the officer, or they should be. I know one of my senior firefighters, all of my senior firefighters, I should say, were my right hand, but my senior firefighter, Craig Elderkin, when I first got promoted, was pivotal in making sure that I did a good job, because without him, I don't think I have been as successful as I had been as a lieutenant. And more importantly, senior firefighters, they shape the culture day in and day out. They are the ones who should be checking in with the shift and making sure people are here, not just physically but mentally, and keeping tabs on things. They're the ones who come and knock on the door and say, hey, you've got to go have a conversation with Bob or whoever. The job's getting younger. Today, there's smaller career and combination departments with 30 members or fewer. And that's more common than, the quote-unquote big city jobs. The senior man with 20 years or more on the job is rare. They're there, but they might not be, especially if you're a pop-up department, right? If you're a community that's growing fast, like when we started National Fire Radio, Gareth, like he was in a department that's out in Texas that grew overnight. So, experience in those departments is going to look a lot different than, let's say, the fire department of New York or the city of Buffalo, DC, right, where you got these guys who've been on as a backstep firefighter for years. A firefighter with 10 to 5 years or 5 to 10 years, you can be thrust into a role as a junior senior man. The role might come sooner than they expect, but it's just as crucial. So let's talk about that. What does it mean to be the junior senior man? It means taking ownership, even if you're still learning yourself. It's about embracing the responsibility to carry the torch for those who came before you and to guide those who are coming up behind you. It's a responsibility. And the responsibility is something that I can't even really put into words. So you might not have decades of experience, but you have enough to know that the job is more than just firefighting, right? It's more than just showing up and checking the rigs and resetting fire alarms. It's about preserving a legacy and being there for your brothers and sisters in the fire service. The fire service, the landscape is changing, and now more than ever, that senior firefighter needs to be there. So whether you have 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, stepping up as a senior firefighter means taking pride in who we are and what we do. And the traditions and values of our firehouses have to remain strong no matter what comes our way. There's more to being a senior firefighter than just experience. You have to embrace a mindset. And the mindset of the senior firefighter is one of responsibility, integrity, and pride. right? Like integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. It's not just about knowing what to do in a fire. It's about knowing how to carry yourself, how to lead by example, and how to lift others up, looking out for each other. It is the core being of brotherhood. If you're out there in a fire department that's lacking a senior firefighter, they're lacking the senior man, it's up to you to step up into that role. You have to be respectful about it, but be the senior man you want to see. This means setting standards, showing up with the right attitude. You want to commit yourself to being successful, and you want to commit yourself to the team being successful. You have to recognize that seniority isn't just a matter of time. It's really a matter of how you choose to approach each and every day, each and every call. If you take on that mindset, you're going to become the glue that holds a team together, and you become the compass that keeps the department on course, regardless of whatever challenges roll down the hill. So if you have 5 years or 20 years in the job, remember every day is a chance for you to step up, grow into the role, and be the kind of senior firefighter who leaves a legacy worth following. Your reputation is going to be worth more than anything else in the world. I don't care what you do. It takes just a moment to destroy it. And you come into this organization and you strive to be that senior man who has that good reputation and who has a good legacy. You're going to win every time. So just a couple thoughts I wanted to share because I saw this interesting conversation the other day, and I think that we should all strive to be the senior firefighter that we want to see. And if it's missing in your department, whatever else, by all means, get out there and be that senior firefighter. This is Rob, Frontline Mindset. Just wanted to hit on it. We'll talk to you guys later.
National Fire Radio.